So seriously, did anybody like Hell in a Cell? I mean, I get on the internet, you know, I don't sit down and record right away, but I get on the internet and I see everybody just crapping all over it. So that's my question. Did anybody like this pay-per-view?
No, baby, that's for somebody else. We're just gonna keep you right where you're at right now.
It doesn't matter what you think.
The Wrestling Realm presents Break It Down with Brian H.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this episode of Break It Down with Brian H. This is a special WWE Hell in a Cell post show. So before we get started, make sure you are following us on Facebook. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. And make sure you are liking the fan page right on simply just by going on to Facebook. And, you know, follow us on Twitter because you need to be. So let's get started. You know what? I'm going right into the main event, and I'm going to show you an image right there. That's how it all ended, folks. Brock Lesnar came in and decimated Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns. So I'm sitting here watching this, and you know I was on a conference call with my wife, so I wasn't watching it with the volume on. And as I'm sitting there, I'm like, all right, you know, this is interesting. All of a sudden, I see Brock Lesnar come out. I see the crowd go crazy. So I'm going to go back and watch it. I promise you, I'm going to go back and watch it with the sound on. But, you know, I've been watching wrestling long enough. I can kind of tell when something cool is going on. But suddenly, here comes the beast incarnate himself. Brock Lesnar comes out and just wreaks havoc all over the place. Now, as I'm watching the match, it was just seemed to be all over the place. Kind of like Monday Night Raw. Shout out to the real Dwayne Allen for that statement. I'll let you know I borrowed it from him. But it just seemed to be all over the place. And just look, you know, you had The Shield and you had McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler come out there. And I'm sitting there wondering, like, you know what the heck is going on? But they came out there and they was, you know, try to get in the cage. Obviously, they couldn't. But we did see the quote-unquote Mick Foley spot. Well, actually, no, I'm going to call it the Shawn Michaels spot because it's where Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins both fell off the cage. And I wish I had a photo to show you or had video rights, because one of the things I did like, I appreciated, was the camera angle being right there, so they essentially came crashing down into your living room. But right now, like I said, if you like this match, make sure you tweet me at Brian H. Waters. Make sure you hashtag Wrestling Realm. Let me know, what did you think? Because I, for one, it didn't bother me. But you know what? A lot of people didn't like it. You know, I'm a SmackDown guy anyway, so Raw is just, you know, it's a habit. I do enjoy it. I do look forward to Mondays, but this isn't one of them Mondays where I'm going to be like, man, you know, I can't wait to see what happened. But I did think it was interesting that Brock Lesnar came back. So let's move to the match that should have been the main event, and that was AJ Styles taking on Samoa Joe. AJ Styles picking up the win. Samoa Joe had him in the Coquina clutch, and when he had him in that, you know, he kind of AJ was trying to escape, and he pushed back, and it was sort of WrestleMania 8-ish almost. Shout out to my boy the Shin Blade, because he, you know, he kind of made mention of that. But to me, like I said, it was almost, not quite. Nonetheless, it was AJ Styles pulling out the victory. And then Samoa Joe wasn't too happy. He started to try to beat him down, but, you know, they didn't go that route. Afterwards, AJ Styles did a WWE exclusive, WWE.com exclusive interview where he, you know, he said he feels like hell, but you know what? It is what it is, and he knows that, you know, Paige has made the match that him and AJ, Samoa Joe will take on each other at WWE Super Show in Australia, in October. So, what is that? Yeah, it's in October. So only time will tell. We'll see what kind of match they give us. But you know what? There was another Hell in a Cell match. The opening match on the card. Randy Orton taking on Jeff Hardy. So some people liked it, some people didn't. I was kind of confused. Was Jeff Hardy really hurt? Why did he you know, he pulled himself, and if you were familiar with the CZW product, you may have seen the spot where Joey Janela took on current 205 Live superstar Leo Rush, where he was hanging off of the rafters and he just fell through the table. But Janela fell on his back, where Jeff Hardy fell right on his stomach, and I'm going to assume the story being told was the wind was knocked out. The referee was trying to call for the EMTs, telling him to get out there. Randy Orton said, no, nope, we're not going to do this. Do your job. I want to get the 1, 2, 3. He did. I thought, okay, is this an excuse? Maybe is Jeff Hardy going to hulk up? Is this an excuse to get the cage open? And that's when Jeff Hardy can do the spot, the Swanton Bomb off of the cell. It did not happen. So I got to ask, folks, were you guys disappointed that Jeff Hardy did not do that spot off of the cell? You know, some people may have been, some people might not have been. You know, me, I tweeted at Brian H. Waters. I tweeted, half of me is, I want to see Jeff Hardy do the spot. I'll be disappointed if he doesn't. But then the other me says, man, Jeff Hardy's got a family. He don't need to do that. Nonetheless, he didn't do it, so he's safe. Moving on the pre-show. The New Day retained their tag titles. Rusev Day just getting in each other's way. Aiden English went, he tried to do something. I saw bits and pieces of it, saw the end of it. From what I saw, that he tried to stop the accolade or tried to put on the accolade, but he couldn't fully keep it in. Nonetheless, Rusev got pinned, Rusev got pinned, and Big E wouldn't let Aiden English break up the count. So, nonetheless, Rusev Day, they're not tag team champions. Will they break up? I hope not. I know some people saying they are, but time will tell. So, let's go to the tag team title match. It's a solid match between Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler taking on the Shield, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins. In the end, it was Dolph Ziggler scoring a pinfall victory over Seth Rollins. He just finds a way to get it done. He finds a way to have Seth Rollins' number, folks. And, it's just one of those things. What can Seth Rollins do to beat Dolph Ziggler? But it didn't happen on this night. So, let's move on let's go to the women. Because we have a new SmackDown Live Women's Champion, and her name is Becky Lynch. Lynch getting it done finally over Charlotte. And if you saw the finish, one of the things I liked about it was it wasn't all the back and forthness. It was just, she had her in the disarmor for a few times, definitely worked that arm, but boom, right at the end, she caught her, rolled up, 1, 2, 3. And, Charlotte sat there in despair. The same look she had at SummerSlam, except this time she was not the winner. She was the loser. And Becky Lynch finally gets it done, folks. She is your new SmackDown Live Women's Champion. So, here's the question. Are you booing her or are you not? I know some people are, some people aren't. Me, for one, I don't care. I love heel Becky Lynch. Let's let this ride out. I want to see what kind of promo she's going to cut. Now, that I am excited about. What is she going to say when it comes down to on SmackDown? Is she going to embrace the fans, or is she just going to go in and say, you guys didn't support me one bit? And then the other women's match, and this one for the Raw Women's Championship, and it was Ronda Rousey, Rowdy Ronda Rousey, retaining her title against Alexa Bliss. So, this is the best part about this match, was that it wasn't a squash match. You go back to SummerSlam, and while it had some time on the match, it was Ronda Rousey just kind of beating it up and having her way with Alexa Bliss. But Alexa Bliss knew that could possibly be the case, so leading up to this match, she started working the ribs and doing what she could to Ronda. And then on this night, she just fell short. Ronda hooked up with that armbar. It was over, but Alexa Bliss definitely made Ronda Rousey feel the pain as she worked constantly working Ronda Rousey's ribs. So, but kudos to these ladies. I really enjoyed this match. I think Alexa Bliss is proven to everybody, one, that she can go in the ring, two, she can tell a story, and three, she's not in that position because she's a blonde Caucasian. And then I'm going to close out the show with the match that has people talking, because people are saying, what's going on with Daniel Bryan? Why can't he beat The Miz? Well, guess what? This was a great story, folks. If you watch this. So, Daniel Bryan, he comes back. He books himself on SmackDown. He trades The Miz to SmackDown so he can punch him in the face. And since then, he's done it, but he's not been able to pin The Miz 1, 2, 3. The Miz beat him at SummerSlam. Maurice beat Brie at Hell in a Cell. So, I love it. At Super Show, this won't happen again. I mean, we might get The Miz versus Daniel Bryan if that match hasn't been made, or if neither one have been put in the match. Forgive me if they have. But the thing is, Brie Bella is going to be with her sister Nikki and Ronda Rousey as they take on the Riot Squad. But the thing about this is, you saw Brie Bella trying to get her hands on Maurice the whole match. Unfortunately, she couldn't. Maurice was just, she would tag out, she would run. But then when she finally did, the crowd went crazy. And then Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella both did the yes kicks over and over again. When it came time to do the part, they kicked the head off. Miz and Maurice got out. But I got to ask you this question. When will Daniel Bryan conquer The Miz, folks? When will it happen? I'm interested to see. I want to see. So my dream scenario would be The Miz go ahead and win the WWE Championship and Daniel Bryan chase him and finally win it at WrestleMania. That would be my dream scenario. I think The Miz is just, people have been waiting for him to take his break, especially having a new baby. But he was in the movies, and honestly, The Miz is just too hot right now. So I understand why he hasn't taken a break. This is his dream. This is where he wants to be. So I definitely understand why he's not taking a break. So, ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude this Hell in a Cell post show. Like I said, make sure you are following the Wrestling Wrealm, Stitcher, Google Play, Podbean, iTunes, YouTube, Spotify. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Wrestling Wrealm. And last but not least, like us on Facebook. And make sure you are following me at Brian H. Waters and following the real Dwayne Allen at Dwayne Allen 24. So, until the next time, folks, I'm Brian H. Waters. So long, everybody.